Hey, welcome to Coach's Corner, everybody. Thanks for watching the show. I'm your host, Coach Tripp, along with my co-host, Coach Mark Hobley, Coach Hobbs, I call him, here on Local Sports Report. We got special guest, Coach Jade Brown. Coach, good to see you.
All right.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Good to see you wonderful individuals today.
Man, we always have so much fun when you're coming on the show.
Exactly.
You know, this show is sponsored by Bubba's 33 and Gulf Breeze Insurance. So make sure you go visit our local establishments here in Pensacola. Coach, there's so much to talk about. All right, let's go. Rise, pray, and grind. Did you come up with that motto?
You know what? I have adopted it. I think I might have borrowed it from somebody or heard it, but I've kind of just taking it on is something that I kind of live by right now. I get up most mornings, thanking God for sure for waking me up. Then I actually get on my grind. I worked out this morning for about an hour and a half, so I'm not just saying it. I'm actually doing the thing. So it's just kind of something that I really have kind of stuck with. I would say probably the last year or so. Rise, pray, and grind is just part of my morning routine.
Oh my gosh, we'll talk a little bit about biking in a little bit, but I saw a post that you had, and I had to go through this when I walked on at Alabama 40 years ago. Ignore what people say. Naysayers, oh, you're great, you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. What did Coach Nick Saban called it? Rat poison, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about what other people think or say. Just worry about your content of character.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Y'all know I'm a big Alabama fan, but Nick said if you want to be liked, I think, and tell me, Palm, I think this is the quote: if you want to be liked, go sell ice cream. But I even think in this day and age, you might not be liked. You might have somebody coming there that's lactose intolerant and they want it with almond milk and all type of stuff. So even selling ice cream might get you some critics. But it's just, I was asked about that earlier today as well. It was just, just something you kind of, I think in all facets that we do, we have to remember that mantra of ignore the critics and show up and do the work. John Gordon said that, and that's what you have to do. Everybody's not going to like how you do it or what you do. And I think that's okay. And you don't have to like me, but you got to respect me. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of something, that comes with in a leadership role that I'm in, not only as a coach, but also as an athletic director, and when I was in the classroom as well, kids not always gonna like how you do it or why you do it, but I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day, and for me, I know my purpose, and it's funny, I'm one of our Fellowship of Christian Athlete huddle leaders, and one of our students said about 2 weeks ago, something along the lines like, I'm not worried about validation because I know who my father is, so when that the highest, that God sits at the highest of the high, for me, it doesn't bother me at this point in my life and where I am and how blessed I am to be up and breathing and walking. Of long as God got me and my mom and my daddy love me, I'm good.
That's right. As long as you always do the right thing. It's a good lesson because, and I think a lot of it's getting lost in this day and age in college sports. Matter of fact, I had my old defensive back coach on my show recently, and we didn't like each other. I mean, I did not like him, but I respected him, and we eventually got along and succeeded, and we ended up, working together. But you're not always going to like the person, but if you respect them enough, you can get things done. All right, let's talk about this season. It was a great year. You didn't lose to any local team around here. You had a tough schedule. Let's talk about that tough schedule, outside the area schedule that you put your girl through, at least get them ready for the postseason.
And you know what, to be honest, a lot of things that actually kind of took place with our schedule was not like original. But as you continue to grow and trying to get, in FHSA right now, a big part of your strength of schedule is part of your ranking. So we were just blessed to really play some really good teams, wanting to play us. And for me, honestly, is having us prepared, I agree with you. I thought, we came up short at the end of the year, but overall and I don't know if we lost 5 or 6. I'm sorry. Don't charge that. It's one of the two. I just can't remember right now. But
20 and 6.
26. Okay, there we go. Out of those losses, Paul, none of them were here in Florida, with the exception of Gainesville.
Mhm.
Every team that we lost to in Gainesville won yesterday, so they'll play in the state championship tomorrow. Every team that we lost to either played in the Elite Eight or in the Final Four. So I thought we did a good job of scheduling our opponents and playing teams. But the thing that stood out to me the most is that, and I can be honest with you, and I think our team would too if you asked anybody on our team. Out of those games that we lost, there was only one of those six that we lost by 10. Every other
Right.
game was by less than 7. We had a couple 4 or 5 point losses here. So we were right there in the game in 90% of those games. Sometimes we had some self-inflicted things that took place and early on during the season. Something we kind of preached all year, even going back to last year, was playing 4 quarters of basketball. It took us a while to get there to play 4 quarters of basketball this season. So I thought that there were times where we really showed that. And like I said, I'm just really pleased with how we finished, especially with our best player going down, and for us to, our best player to go down, and for the girls to fight and continue to do a lot of good things, and to capture a back-to-back district championship and host another regional final. I was very pleased with just the resilience that we showed throughout the season and facing those tough opponents, especially the teams in Georgia and Mississippi. Those teams were very, very good.
That's great.
And
That's a great
yeah.
job of scheduling, Coach. You want, they put you ready for the end of the year. 12 wins in a row before you fell to, like you said, Gainesville, who's in the final, and losing Shemaya Francis. You're All-American. Is she All-American yet? I think she should be.
Not yet, but we're praying that she is next year. I think she. I think
How's her
she will
injury?
be.
Does she need
She's
surgery,
doing well.
Coach?
Yeah, she's doing well. She's recovering well, and just ask that people that love her keep her lifted up in prayer. It's going to be a
Right.
lengthy little process, but she has a amazing mindset. Wonderful young lady, wonderful family. So I think she's going to be fine, and I'm waiting. I'm excited to see the bounce back, as the kids say. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it.
Coach, you got a young team. There's only 3 seniors, right?
Yes, sir.
It's Mikaria, Mikkel, and Thompson, and Tanaya Thompson.
Correct.
So you only had 3 seniors, 10 underclassmen.
Yeah, and it just, to me, and the special thing about this group, guys, is they were very unselfish, and it's really started with Shemaya. I mean, she would get double, triple team, especially here in the area. Anybody who played, I mean, for her to be our best player, she was also our top assist, led us in assists. So that's crazy, right?
Yeah, that is
But
crazy.
just the unselfishness, the girls really care about each other. And I think those are things that showed later on in the season, the selflessness, not worrying about who scored or who's getting in or whatnot, just leaving it all out there on the line for your sister that you're playing with.
Absolutely, Coach. Where did you get your practice schedule from, like the drills and the format and the timing? Did you learn that over time, or did you get it from a college, high school coach?
Well, when I was in college, I really got it from college. Like, our practice schedule, and I kind of fell off a little bit here and there with it, but most of the time I print out our practice schedule before the girls get in there. They're able to see it on the board. So we try to stick to a very strategic practice plan to the minute. I mean, of course, there are going to be times where we got to maybe stay a little bit over, but we have a quote of the day that we start our practice with. We have a word of the day. And that word of the day, that word of the day, we say that word throughout practice. And so one thing you ask, where do you get things from? Coaching is all about borrowing. Anybody that tells you, I made this up.
Everything.
Yeah, exactly.
They just steal. There's no reinventing of the wheel.
Yeah, so Pat Summit had this thing where they had what she called 2 points. And so every time anyone did something well in practice, a good pass, made their, suicide time, whatever, loose ball, dive, the team, whatever, they would say 2 points throughout practice. So I use that, and I've been using that for a while, because sometimes we get so caught up in, our players do, coach just, nagging me. And the 2 points is said for a lot of different things. So our word of the day, it has a lot to do with our mindset of the season. And we say, I'll just use, like, one of our word of the days has been, intentional. And so anybody on the team can say intentional throughout practice. And with intentional, after each time we say that word, the team repeats Booger T. So letting you know, this is a team practice. It's not about an individual person, but also keying in, on that word and what that word means to us. But our practice schedule, we try to stick to help us a lot of times, to help me. Because sometimes I may not have ADHD, not that I know of. I don't think I do. But sometimes as a coach, you get a little carried on. And I tell the assistants, I'm like, hey, if I get stuck on this, say, JB, we got to move on. So it just keeps us, in a groove. We don't have a lot of time. And I tell the girls all the time, and you guys know this, we practice so long for a short amount of time for a game. I mean, we're practicing 2 hours for a 32-minute game, but you got to get it done. So the practice schedule is just to keep us in tune to what we're doing and focusing on what we're trying to get accomplished that day.
Great. I love that idea, Coach.
Exactly.
When I coached, I had a theme of a week, in football. So I would talk, and then you talk about it to them, like humility.
Yeah.
If I felt they were getting, we had a win streak and they were getting too, their head was getting too big, I'd pull out the humility talk, right?
Yeah.
So that's it's important to talk with your players about stuff like that. I also learned as a player, and this was from my position coach in college, right? I learned, my pro coaches weren't as good as my college coaches. Let's put it that way. So almost everything that I learned was from my college position coach. And I learned from him that in practice, your demeanor kind of has to be different than the games. Like you push, sell, cajole, ride, tough love, work them hard. In the games, almost like friendly, open, encouraging, positive, optimistic, helpful, stuff like that.
No, I agree. Practices is supposed to be challenging. If practice is not challenging, then we're not getting you ready for the game. Right. I used to use that in the classroom as well when I taught AP psychology. One thing my students would say is like, man, my actual unit test would be really challenging. And I would tell them, I said, my job is that when you take this AP test come May, that you walk out of here and you feel prepared. And when I tell you, Paul, my kids would walk out of their AP tests and say, man, those questions were a lot easier than yours. Yes. So, what I've learned on the court when I was in the classroom, I translate that over. But, we try to make practices challenging. We try to mimic some things in games, and there's some things you can't mimic. But if practices are challenging, I always tell the girls, like, do you want to be prepared or do you not want to be prepared? Would you like to know that number 10 can go left or right, or you just want us to go out there and let her cross you over? Which one you want to do? So, just giving them that mindset and understanding like a challenging practice is part of the process. Yes. And trusting the process is very important to becoming successful and reaching your goals. And ultimately, success comes from hard work, and the opposite of failure is not success. It's not trying. So in practice, we got to try as hard as we can to get what we want.
No substitute for hard work. You're exactly right, Coach. In the coaches that I had, that they prepared you properly, but they also believed, George O'Leary and Coach Bear Bryant also believed that practices must be harder than the games. And so the games are easier and more fun, and that's the reward. I know you admire South Carolina head coach Dawn Staley, and you remind me so much of her. And I know you'd be a great college coach. Do you have those aspirations, Coach?
Nah, I don't. And to be honest, I've been asked that a lot of times. I do feel like right now in this moment, this is my purpose, to be right here coaching young ladies in my hometown. So many people gave back to me. And I say that, but I truly do not have the aspirations. I do love and I enjoy watching, coaches such as Dawn Staley, studying them and listening to some of the things that they say. And even when you talk about Dawn Staley, my high school teammate, Lady Comfort, played for her. So I've actually played in front of her when she came to watch us at Woodham. Oh, wow. So I've had the opportunity to meet her a few times, and it's always been, just real down to earth. But when we say like borrowing stuff, another thing that we kind of do, and I started this year on game day, Dawn Staley posts like this game day mindset for her team. And then she also posts like this little devotional as well. So we have our game day mindset that I only send out to our team. So when I say that, like, I really am a big Dawn Staley fan from when she played for the Charlotte Sting, to coaching at Temple, to being at South Carolina. I really, admire what she's doing, especially as a young Black lady. At South Carolina, she has accomplished a lot, and she gives us people like me a lot of hope. And I'm just glad that I'm around to be able to witness what she's doing.
All right, Coach. I bike like 30, 35 miles a week, but you do more than that in like one day.
I
mean,
do
you still going
typically.
on with 40, 50-mile bike rides on the weekend?
Man, the weather has been, bad. I won't lie to you. It's been January. Definitely didn't get to ride nearly as much from.
Right.
We had a lot more weekend game, back to back Friday and Saturday games.
Right.
Than I would like to have had, but so that took a little bit away. But when I'm able to get it in, the weather's changing now, so I'll get it back in. The goal is typically in the warmer months to do at least 100 miles a week. 75 to 100, depending on what's going on.
Coach,
But
I can hang with you for like over the bridge and back, and that's about it.
and I'll do Paul. I've done 3 Mile Bridge, and I put like this. I've rode from Bagel Heads downtown, so I go over 3 Mile Bridge through Gulf Breeze. I've hit the Navarre Beach Bridge, come back over Bob Sykes Bridge, and then finish on the 3 Mile Bridge. So I've hit some bridges.
You are a beast, Coach. Oh my gosh!
But let me tell you the key here to that is the music. So I play a song.
Okay.
I play a song. Tony, it feels good because
that's what
physically, there's nothing that feels good about going over a bridge. But mentally, if I hear that music, I'm not thinking about it.
Coach, I did go 150 miles in 2 days though on a bike from Busch Gardens
to Cypress
Gardens and back.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
I did do that. All right, so let's have some fun since we're having fun now. This is time for a rapid fire round. Have we ever done this with you, Coach?
Yeah, we have. I forgot all about it, so hopefully I'm ready.
All right, well, we put a little different spin on it, but you remember these are short, stupid questions that require short, intelligent answers. All right, you ready? Early bird or nighthawk?
Early bird.
Chocolate or vanilla?
White chocolate.
Okay. All right. Spicy or mild?
Oh, mild.
Rock, rap, or country?
Rock, rap. Oh, we're gonna go rap.
Okay. Sweet or salty?
Salty.
And sweet at the same time.
Yeah.
Dog or cat?
Dog.
LeBron or Jordan?
Kobe. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's the first answer we've heard of that one. College basketball or pro basketball?
College.
Offense or defense?
Defense.
Defense, of course.
Of course,
I knew that
man.
was the answer, Coach. Oh, my gosh. Thanks. Well, you had, I wanted to give a shout out since we're in UWF stuff. It's local sports reports. Coach Stephanie Lawrence Yelton has the girls in the Gulf South Conference semifinals tomorrow in Birmingham. So we want to give a shout out. Good luck to them. This is actually in Pensacola State College men's team. Oh, before I move on to them, do you know Coach Yelton?
Oh yes, I've been super busy this year, but I used to. I didn't get a chance to do this year, but for the last couple seasons, I've done play-by-play over UWF with Will Kennedy. But my schedule is super busy this year. But I love watching Coach. Yeah, I love watching Coach Yeldon. I love Coach Penny as well. I do the stats for Coach Penny when I'm able to. So even when I'm not coaching, I'm in somebody's gym doing something.
That girl, Coach. I didn't know you did that with Will, man. That was awesome.
I love Will. Yeah. Great guy. Did
you have fun doing it?
Oh man, that's one thing I if I could do that more, I just wish I had more time to do it. This season I just didn't have as much time as I would like, but I absolutely love doing the play-by-play.
All right, so shout out to Coach Pete Penna and the boys. We're actually taping the show at 4:30 to air tonight at 8, but they tip off at 5 o'clock. Yes. Good luck to his team
in Gainesville.
Yeah, in Gainesville, right? Mm-hmm. And women's team at UWF beat Valdosta State Tuesday night, so they play number 1 seed Union Saturday at noon up in Birmingham, Alabama. So good luck to them.
Right,
Coach. Peace and love.
Yes, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all.
Great year.
Thank you.
Absolutely, year. We're really proud of you.
Yes,
keep grinding.
Appreciate it.
Rise and play first.
Always. Y'all have a good one.
Right. Go get them. Bye.
She is something else, man.
Wow.
What a winner she is.
Big time winner.
Man, if you want to be a high school basketball coach, especially a high school girls basketball coach, go follow her around for a week.
Exactly.
See how to succeed. All right. Hobbs, good, man. Awesome. We're going to go to the
Sun Belt.
We're going to go to Sun Belt Conference down in the Bay Center. We can walk there from here. Yeah. I'm just I can't get over that. All right, Dad. We're at the park. I was like, we're going to park. We ain't parking, brother. We're hoofing it. All right. Have a good sports night, everybody. Peace.
Arbitrium Consulting for all your fencing, landscaping, pressure washing, tree trimming needs. Call 850-483-0350 for your free estimates. Serving Pensacola, Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, Destin, Perdido, Gulf Shores, Foley, and the entire Gulf Coast. Arbitrium Consulting is owner-operated, fully licensed and insured. Call today, 850-483-0350, the official landscaper of Coach's Corner.
Hey, Bama fans, this is Will Moore, president of the Pensacola Bama Club. You can find us at PensacolaBamaClub.com. We are your official alumni chapter in the Pensacola and surrounding areas. Membership is available to all alumni and all Bama fans, so come see us at one of our many events throughout the year. Our Bama football watch parties are the next best thing to being in Bryant-Denny Stadium. We even serve authentic stadium hot dogs. Membership, event, and contact information will be found on our website at PensacolaBamaClub.com. Roll Tide.
Did you know there's a place where you can get good neighbor service and surprisingly great rates on your home and auto insurance? Yep, and that place is, ta-da, State Farm. Here's the deal. State Farm agent Will Rentschler is your go-to agent in Pensacola, Florida for the service you deserve at the price that you want. So stop shopping around. State Farm agent Will Rentschler has you covered. Call 850-433-4678 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Legal disclaimer, individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
For 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property management, commercial and personal insurance. Senior Vice President David Valletto has been with Beck Partners since 1989. Take advantage of his wealth of knowledge by calling him today at 982-7352. 982-7352. Extensive experience in all aspects of leasing, sales, management, and site selection will make sure your expectations are exceeded.